Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this nail set right here. If you know who the original creator is, please let me know. But that is a photo that my customer has sent me that she wanted replicated. So I'm going to be making that today. I do have my long square nail tips from enailcouture, and I did already buff them, and I am adding a base coat layer. I just use Beetle's base coat, and you can use whichever base coat you prefer. And I'm just doing one even layer and then curing that. Next thing I'm doing after this is done is applying my base color on 3 of the nails. So I'm going to be applying the nude color that's going to be showing for the French tip. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the nude that was used on the original photo is more of a very light pale nude, like kind of pinky but very light. And I have the perfect color to match this, and it is rarjsm light pink, I think is what it's called, and it is perfect for this specific nail set. So I'm just going ahead and applying one coat of this, curing it, and then I'm going to be applying a second coat afterwards. And I felt like 2 coats is perfect, but if you want it to be super sheer, you can just do 1. I feel like the original inspo photo was actually a little sheer, but I preferred to add an extra layer just because these are press-ons, and I prefer when you can't really see the glue underneath, and because I'm not 100% sure what the customer would like, I prefer to just have it a little more neutral rather than it be super see-through. So I'm just doing this, and then once this is done, I'm going to get started on the next color that I'm going to need, which is a milky white. My favorite milky white is actually from the brand Mimeda on Amazon. It is the perfect milky white that I've tried. I've had some that yellow, some that are too blue, and then some that are just way too thick, and this one is just perfect. It's the perfect in between of thick and thin, and it's also the perfect milky white. It is not too blue and it is not yellow, so I love it. I've been using it for, I would say, a few years now, and this one is in my Amazon storefront in case you're interested. But I'm just applying 2 coats of this, and I am curing in between each coat. So once that was done, and this color is actually only going on the ring finger, because there's only one nail that is a milky white, so I did that. And then once I have this all cured and done, I am actually going to go ahead and do the yellow color that I'm going to need. So to get that yellow color, I just got a light yellow from Nails Bling Supply, and I mixed in just a tiny bit of white into it to make it a little brighter and a little thicker. So I did that. This is the color that I used, NB110. It's a perfect pale yellow already. I just added a little bit of white and it worked great. So I went ahead and applied that all over the nail, on the pointer finger, and I did do 2 coats of this as well. This nail, you're not going to be able to see it at the end, like the color, so I could have done 1 coat and it would have been perfectly fine, because it is going to have a variety of designs on top and a few other layers that I still have to add. So once that was cured, then I'm going to be getting started on the French. For all of the other nails, I'm using the same yellow and just doing a classic French and then curing after each one. Now, after that is all finished, I'm getting started on my aura or ombre method. I'm not sure if any of you guys were able to see my Shein haul that I just posted on Friday, but that Shein haul, in that Shein haul, I showed you guys a little tool that I got for aura and like ombre nails, and it's this little metal tool that picks up a tiny little sponge, and you can use it to sponge on color, and it works so good. It's my first time ever trying this little tool out, and I really liked it, honestly. I do have to just get the hang of using it a little bit more, but I really liked it so much. Like, it works great. Before this, I would probably do this design with a makeup wedge sponge, like a big one, which you could cut those into little pieces, but I find this way better because the little tool picks it up for you, and it's the perfect size tiny little sponge where you can do any type of design that you need. I will probably still use the big makeup wedge sponges if I need to do any type of ombre on a longer nail, because I could definitely see this specific little sponge and tool not working for an ombre on a long nail. This little tool works better, I noticed already, for any type of aura design. So you can see the aura is coming out pretty good. It's actually looking pretty smooth. I'm just going back and forth in color. I did a little bit of a lighter pink and then a darker, brighter pink after that, and I'm basically going in layers, and if anything gets on the nude, I'm just cleaning it up with a round brush and a little bit of acetone. And I basically sped this up ×4 because it's very repetitive, and I'm doing very thin layers, so I'm just flash curing in between each layer so that I don't waste time putting it back into the lamp. You can see there I picked up a darker pink as well, and I did use that to go over at the very end, because in the original inspo photo has a very unique shade of pink. It's like almost muted. It is not purpley. It's like pink but muted and a little bit darker rather than brighter. So I really had to mix lots of colors to get the payoff that I wanted, or the look that I was going for, which is exactly like the photo. And yeah, so I'm glad I picked up this tool from Shein. It works really good, in case you guys were interested in trying it out. Honestly, I really like it. And I can't wait to just try more aura nails with this, because you guys know I do not like using an airbrush. I hate using an airbrush. So, yeah, I'm glad that I was able to make this nail design also, like, right after I unboxed the tool. But once that was all cured and I felt like I felt like it looked like what I needed it to look like, I am grabbing my dotting tool, and I picked up some white gel polish, and I'm just dotting on these little dots. These nails are very tropical vibes, so I don't know what this design really is, but this is what the original photo had. So yeah, I'm doing this just in random little spots, but it actually turned out so pretty. Like, this isn't a design I would normally do. Like, honestly, I feel like I wouldn't gravitate towards this, but it turned out so pretty in the end. And yeah, so I like doing nail sets that kind of take me out of my comfort zone sometimes, because these aura nail sets honestly scare me because of the fact that I don't use an airbrush. And yeah, so I finally also picked up the gaoy top coat from Amazon that all of you guys told me to try. The matte top coat that is really good for chrome isolation, and I really love it. So I'm using that today on the pointer finger and the ring finger. And then once that was cured, I'm just going in with the 3D gel. That is good for applying chrome. I really like it so far. I got it on Shein. It's like a random brand, but I'm gonna find it and put it in the description. It actually works really good, but you have to be really careful and not cure it for more than like 15 seconds. I noticed that when I cured it for 30 seconds, it over cured, and it didn't work as good for the chrome to stick to. It was way too cured, if you know what I mean. So I'm putting it on here in this little shape with a short brush that holds a little more polish, and I'm going ahead and curing that. Like I said, I over cured it a little bit, and you can see here the chrome looks so perfect at the bottom of the design, but the top, it just wasn't working. So this is when I go in and apply a little more, another layer, cure it for way less, like literally a few seconds, like a flash cure. And then I tried putting chrome again, and it worked perfectly. So I really do like this little gel. I honestly didn't know what to think. I was a little skeptical because I never tried this type of gel from Shein before, but it worked really good. So I'm rubbing it on with my glove as well. You can rub it in with whatever you want. In case you're a beginner, you can use your finger, you can use a glove, you can use one of those little eyeshadow applicator things, or you could even use a sponge, like the makeup wedge sponge. You can use that as well. Anytime I get some on the other nail, I just go ahead and wipe that off with a lint-free wipe and a little bit of acetone. And now I'm going to be repeating the same steps on the other nail. Now I'm going ahead and I'm going to be applying the 3D flower. So I originally wanted to do it with gel, but it just wasn't sticking to the matte background. So I decided to go in with my trusty acrylic powder. Thankfully, I have a lot of experience with acrylic, so anytime I do need to pull it out, I never have any trouble with it. I just prefer not to use acrylic and monomer because the smell is so strong and it's kind of annoying, you know, like to have to smell it. I always have to like throw the trash right away because it will literally penetrate your entire workspace. But if you're new to using any type of acrylic and monomer, if you have to do a 3D flower, always add a few drops of acetone into your mixture of monomer. This is going to make it so that it's very easy to apply your petals for the flower. If your room is too cold, your acrylic is very, very runny, and it'll be impossible for you to be able to shape it. The acrylic will just be running all over the nail. So preferably if your room can be room temperature or a little warm, it will definitely help you out with your acrylic application. This goes for anything, not even just 3D flower, just in general. If you guys are new to my channel, I used to do acrylic nails, and I have a lot of acrylic videos if you scroll way back down on my channel. But yeah, so I did add a little bit of acetone in there, and it's really helping me shape the petals and making it so that the bead of acrylic is not seeping everywhere, and it's just easier to shape out each individual petal one at a time. And another thing, I'm using a Pana Kolinsky brush. This is number 2 from Amazon, and this works really good. It is a little uneven, like the brush isn't the best quality, but honestly, if you just need it every now and then, you don't need an incredible, most expensive brush for a 3D flower if you're not going to be doing them literally every single day. But if you do want to get into acrylic and you want like a good brush recommendation, I used to always use the brushes from this one nail supply store. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Nail Supply Glamour. Yeah, Nail Supply Glamour had really cute brushes that had like water in them, like in the handle, and glitter. And their brushes were always really good. And Pana's brushes used to be really good, but I don't know if they still are. So yeah, if you guys wanted one, like a recommendation like that, just make sure it's always a Kolinsky brush when you're doing any type of acrylic application. But like I said, if it's just for 3D flowers only, you can use kind of like any, and then just work with it. But I would recommend a number 2 for sure, because sometimes a number 4 can be way too big and it'll hold way too much product, as in it'll absorb way too much monomer, and then your bead of acrylic will be way too big without you realizing it, and your bead of acrylic will just be too big, and then your petal will be too big, and it'll be kind of too late for you to realize after it already dries. But acrylic is just so trusty when it comes to any type of flowers like this. And I did already have a white acrylic powder. The white acrylic powder I'm using is from Mia Secret. I've had it for literally years and years, and it still works good. And I probably got that from Amazon as well. So once the flower was all done, it dries hard and it's perfect, but all the nails are already top coated. I did a top coat off camera, and I'm applying some little dewdrops now. I love applying these, so honestly this is my favorite part of making any nail set. Like anytime they have these little dewdrops, I love making them, or I love doing it. And I'm using the Rhinestone gel to apply these. You just have to make sure that the Rhinestone gel cures all the way through. Like cure it twice or 3 times if you have to, but it has always been non-wipe for me. Like I saw some people saying on my TikTok that the Rhinestone gel was not no wipe for them, and it's like still sticky. I'm not sure if maybe you got a different type of gel. I don't know if sells multiple, but it works really great for me. So yeah, I've never had any issues, and I'm just applying those dewdrops all over the nails wherever they need to go. And I also did do another like 3D swirl design thing that was on the inspo photo, and that is going on the middle finger. You guys will see that one in a second. So now I am pretty much finished with the nail set. I do file my nails off camera in case you're new to my channel, but I also added a few crystals here and there. And then this is how it turned out. I really love it. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!